into here. But it's only because I think at some point you guys can all look at back in your life and you've probably had that thought at some time or another, okay? Whether you want to admit it or not. But I did it. I tried to do it. And, you know, you kind of have, you know, it's kind of cliche to say that your life flashes before your eyes. But in that moment, I realized that everything that had happened to me until that point, I allowed it to happen. Okay, I had 100% control over everything that happened, and I allowed it to happen. And if I was going to get out of it and take control, there was only one person that had 100% control of that too, wasn't there? Okay, and that was me. So I remember making that call to Stefan, and you know, I didn't tell him what was going on, but I said, look, I got this in my hands. It's time to run. Whatever I need to do, just let me know. You know, what do I need to do? You know, and this is probably around the beginning of March. And he said, well, the first thing that you need to do is come to Ignition. And let me tell you something. That's the first time that I'd ever been to an event. But that one event, and I want to stress this because we have Connect coming up. That one event changed everything. It put forward a chain of events that now 18 months later, okay, my life has completely changed. I'm standing here in front of you talking about ending my life. And now I'm standing here, that debt is gone. The credit is fixed. I do not work overtime anymore. I take my son all over the country to see different baseball stadiums. I'm in the process of buying a house. I was a split second away from death at my own hands. And I realized that everything needed to change and that I was the only one that was going to do it. So here I am being asked to speak in front of a room, you know, and I tell my story to everybody that will listen. You know, and the one person that always asks, why you gotta be so honest? Who do you think that is? Mom, right? Why you gotta tell the whole thing? Because while my telling it, actually every time I tell it, it helps me heal, okay? I'm not ashamed of it. I used to hide behind that. I don't hide from it anymore. Because I know somewhere, somebody can take something from my story, my journey, relate to it, and it will inspire them and motivate them to do more. And that's all I care about. All right? I don't care if it financially benefits me or not. I just want to see everybody in this business succeed. Because that's the culture of this business. You know, I still am not used to that picture because I'm going to be driving one of those things. And I'm still not used to it. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to tin it or whatever. But you never know what one decision can do, either positively or negatively. Luckily, I survived from that negative decision that I went to go make, and I turned it into a positive. So if I can leave you guys with anything, all right? Number one, don't quit, all right? And actually, on that note, I had the opportunity to meet a guy outside prior to the meeting who did quit. And his story resonated with me because he is now today just getting re-involved, but he had been out of the loop and hasn't really worked the business in 2 years. So I happen to have this in my truck and I wanted to give it to him because everything that he needs to be successful is in this book. Every skill that he needs to learn. All right, he's probably already seen it, he probably already owned it, he probably already has read it. But everything that you need for success is right here in these 149 pages. So Gary, I wanted to give this to you and wish you luck in your journey because I can relate to that. So, number one, don't quit. Because did you guys ever see that picture on Facebook where you have the two guys that are they're digging and chopping away at those diamonds, and then the one that gets really that close, right? He just quits and walks away, but you have that one guy that's chopping away, because he knows every single action that he takes every day is going to compound to him hitting that gold mine, right? Okay? So what I didn't realize was that I was inches from that gold mine, and I quit. You know, there's a possibility that I could be standing up here as an executive director if I just put in the effort that I have done within the last 18 months. So don't quit. And my second thing, and I'm going to leave you guys with this, okay? You all have the opportunity in this business to be the person that you've always dreamed that you can be, okay? Not because of the money, but because of the development that comes with it. This business is a self-development business with an amazing comp plan attached, okay? The person that you become is way more valuable than the money that you're going to make, okay? So project yourself to the person that you want to be 5 years from now, all right? I encourage you guys all, I'm going to give you some homework. Go home tonight and you write down where you want to be in 5 years, the person that you want to be in 5 years, and you spend every single day trying to chase that person and become that person. Don't worry about what's going on Facebook. Don't worry about the massive success that everybody's doing and that everybody's having. Don't look at the Jeff Steers and the Team Dreams and think, oh my God, they're exploding. How am I going to be able to do that? Because listen, I still get caught up in that. But listen, project who you want to be in 5 years, and you spend every single day from this point until that point becoming that person that you always envisioned to be. And when you get there, project yourself again another 5 years. Because even if you fall short, the person that you become then will be light years ahead of the person that you are now. Guys, thank you. Have a great day.
What am I going to say after that? I'm just a goofy attorney. That's an amazing story. That's the first time I ever heard that. So, thank you, Andy. Another person I'm blessed to know that probably if it wasn't for this business, I wouldn't know a quality individual like that. So far tonight, you heard about the business. Dick did a great job. Give it up for him, please. And then you heard, are you turning that on?
Turning it on.
Oh, you're turning it on for slides. Oh, thank you so much. You were very tough last week with the questions, by the way. And then you heard, if that's not an inspirational story, I don't know what is. So all that works perfectly with the exception of, once again, how do we do this? So I'm always learning, and we had Jeff Steer here at the beginning of the year. Now Jeff, Andy brings it up great because Jeff is having great success for probably the last year and a half, and before that, Jeff wasn't really having that much success. Jeff was kind of an orphan because his upline quit. It's really easy to quit. Most people do that. I have no desire to be most people. And so, but Jeff hung in there. He didn't quit, and he's another success story. I've never met anybody in this business, not one, that if they get in the game and aren't what we talked about last week, just a tourist, they're actually a resident. I've never met a person in this business that's not successful. Not one. Understand that. Now, the amount of money, I don't know. Whatever is good. And Andy is correct that you actually, the money's great, but it's much, much more than that, the growth. You know, I say to us all, we're not who we need to be to make the money that we want to make, the 11, 12 grand a month. You're not there yet. Yeah, you have to read. Your brain has to be correct. So, but we're going to simplify this, okay? This is out there. Dick has it. He's produced it. Tom Young has produced it. These guys are tremendous leaders. Jeff Steer has one. I just wanted to go over this because if you're new in this business, right here is all you need to do. I promise you it's 3.5 pages. When I was in law school, I had to study for one class. It was a 150-page outline for one class to study for the final. This is 3.5 pages. This is what you're all going to use, and I'm going to tell you exactly how we create leaders. This is who they are. This is when somebody joins your team. This is who they are. This is training videos that they must watch. If they can't watch 3 training videos, you don't want them. They're 12 minutes. Steps, 10 prospects. Now, if you want to write customers over here, I don't like doing that because I don't like shortchanging people, because the person who I just got a customer for could be a rock star at this business, but I never gave him the chance. So that's up to you. It says additional 90 names before next meeting. That's easy. They have a cheat sheet. It's called their phone. They have to write things down. This is page 1. This is their contract with you. Okay? Step 2 is going to be some customer gathering. They give you the words to use. They also give you some common questions. I think that's great because people will ask, what happens if the power goes out? Should you know the answer? Yeah. See, knowledge is an amazing thing. It creates power. It creates confidence. It's not cockiness to know stuff. It's confidence. And you're going to be able to read this stuff. And you're going to be able to understand, right here, residential, what information do I need to put in the bill? Everybody's going to get this. It's not going to be this guy doing it this way, this girl doing it this way. We're all going to do it exactly like this. Okay, that's page 2. Customer gathering. Page 3, the invite. There's a direct approach and an indirect approach. All you have to do is read that. Do you have to say it verbatim? Not really. You have to be you. You don't, if you're like I'm Brett Morrow, I don't have to do it and verbatim do it like Presley Swaggerty does it.
Hey guys, how you doing? A lot of money. Want to take a look?
I don't have to do it that way. Because that doesn't sound like me. I don't have to do it like Jerry Scribner. I love Jerry. I'm not Jerry Scribner. I told Dick, Jerry Scribner is a very likable guy. I'm not as likable as Jerry Scribner. He kind of looks like Howdy Doody. Everybody likes Jerry. I'm not that way. I got to do it my way. But there are words, short and sweet. This is a business of inviting and shutting up. Not inviting and puking all over people. Do not mix presentation with invitation. That's why you have a video. That's why you have this. And then it shows you the money to be made and how you make that. And then once again, it's got context. Charlie Payne is the best for commercial. That's who you'll call. This is his direct number. If you need a number for residential, I have one, Alan Fan. That's who you'll call. Everybody. Unless you've got somebody who you... This is the whole business. Now here's what we're going to do with this. When, not if. It only becomes if you treat it like a hobby and don't do the business. And I posted something today which you have to have self-reflection. To not lie to yourself. It's called insight. You have to reflect and you have to look at yourself not in a distorted way, a real way. If you're not where you need to be, Andy's made it very clear, it's because of you not owning it. Period. Whatever you are in life. So what we're going to do with this is a very simple 4-step process. So I sign up as my new associate, Melissa. Now Melissa is going to get this. Everybody's going to get this. It's not hard to copy 3 pages. And then we're going to go over it. And she's going to do it. When she gets her first associate with me there, they're going to get this, and I'm going to go over it with them, and she's going to be there with me, watching how I do it. Okay? Step 2. Step 3 is when she gets her second associate. She's going to train the person and go over this, and I'm going to be there with her, watching her do it. And then she's going to be a regional director. Well, that's called leadership. Leadership ain't a title. Leadership is activity, and it's action. And the 4th time she does it, she's going to do it by herself. That's how you create leaders. We don't create followers. You create leaders in this business. That's what we do. Does everybody get this? The culture is changing in Stream. We're not going to have this guy doing it this way, this person. We're all doing it this way. There is no option. This is the way to succeed. The guys who are most successful in this business do it this way. Here's why you do it this way. Because if not, she'll tell her to do it one way. She may be great at it. And then she's going to tell him. And he's going to tell her. And by the time you get over to Dave, whatever she said ain't what he heard. Here, everybody gets the same exact thing. Because this works so well. This is the best way. Everybody does the business the same way. So if we haven't gone over this and you're my associate, guess what we're doing this week? We're going to go over this because I can go back. You owe it to your people who join. You have to go back and create the culture to do that. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Are you excited about this?
Yes.
Can you do 3.5 pages to change your freaking life?
Yes.
Because what I think, especially tonight now that I'm freaking pumped up because of Andy Brock, after what that guy's been through, and for him to come out like a freaking rock star, guess what? You have no excuses. And there ain't no good excuses. Well, no, there is. There was a death in the family. Okay, I get it. Somebody's sick. I get it. The dog died. I get it. Guess what? Every family has that. What do you think, like Presley Swaggerty and Randy, nobody dies in their family, or the dog doesn't die, or nobody's sick, or the door breaks? Why are they so successful and other people let even good excuses get in their way? Do you have to deal with it for 24 hours? No. Is this positive? Yeah. He just told us tonight one which is absolutely correct. I love him because I'm a freaking attorney and I think like facts. 100% of what happens to you is on you. Correct?
Correct.
Can we all do better?
Yes.
Is that guy proof we can all do better?
Yes.
I'm pumped because of you. Really pumped. That was exciting. That's one of the best speakers I've ever heard in this entire company. Doesn't matter about title. One of the best speakers ever. I appreciate you. That was awesome. You guys can have whatever you want in life. Let's rock. All right? Cass, boom.